Hey you guys, welcome back to Corporate Diaries. Today's session is based on a comment that I received from one of the viewer, and he writes, how can he beat the competition when there are 100 other candidates getting interviewed for the same job profile? I'm sure if not all, most of you would have thought about it somewhere in your job search phase, and even worse, when the interviewer asks you himself that why should we hire you? What's so special about you, or what you bring to the table in comparison to other candidates? So all of these questions may be twisted in many ways, but essentially they are pointing towards the same thing, that either you or the interviewer is trying to check on how you justify your worth for that job offer. And answering this question, whether to yourself or to the interviewer, can be a little tricky because you are already feeling those interview nerves. And in mid of that, if somebody asks you to verbally justify your worth, it gets really tricky. And to help you arrive at the answer of this question, I'll be giving you insights about both the points. Number one, how to beat the competition in a job interview, and number two, how to answer this question when the interviewer himself says, why should we hire you? So if that is something that interests you, stay tuned. Before that, the quick announcement for the live call that I'm taking on 25th of September, that is Saturday, 12:30 noon on Corporate Diaries app. So for those who haven't registered yet, please register if you want to be a part of that call. And for the people who are already in the Corporate Diary signature course, which is the freshest guide to successful career, for all those people, they need not to register. For them, it will be a complimentary call. For rest, you need to register. Please find the link in the description box or in the comment section. So now let's quickly jump back to our today's discussion. So we will start with a very basic fact first, because no matter what, you cannot deny this. And the fact is, you have no control on how others will be performing in the job interview, and the fact that you can never be aware of what other person's level is when they're appearing for the interview. They might be better than you, or they might not be better than you. So you are yet not aware of their potential, and neither can you control what they do during the interview, how they perform, how the interviewer likes them. So whenever you're asking this question to anyone, that how should I beat the competition in job interview, you are asking a wrong question, because to beat the competition or to beat anybody in any competition, you must be aware of their current level of the game, whatever the game is. And it's impossible for you to know the level at which the other candidates are standing right now. I mean, you cannot prepare to beat anyone in the job interview. What you can do is, you can prepare yourself to perform your 100%, to perform your best level, rather than beating somebody in that performance, because you are not aware, neither can you control how they perform in the interview. So the question of beating them is ruled out. So instead of wasting your time in thinking how to beat others, you must focus on things that are in your control, which is your performance. And there are certain steps that you can do to prepare well. Apart from your technical preparation, there are a few things that you must keep in mind to prepare well for the interview, and to have that confidence that you can project your worth to the interviewer specifically for that job role. So here is the thing. The interviewer is looking for a person who matches with the skill set that is required for a particular job profile. And if you can prove and justify yourself that you are a great match to the skill set which is required by the interviewer, then rest of the candidates doesn't matter whether they perform lesser than you or better than you or equal to you. Then it will be dependent solely on interviewer's choice, because you have already proved yourself a best match for the job profile. So that is in your hand, that you must do. And here are few things that you need to consider to make that match happen. And the number one thing is, prepare yourself as per the job description. You might be great at 100 things, but the job requires you to be specifically good at those 5 skills. So you have to prepare yourself accordingly, according to those 5 skills, and whatever you speak during the interview, it should highlight those 5 skills to the most. Number second, if there is no job description provided by the company in the job posting or when the recruiter reached out to you, then there should be no excuse of there wasn't a job description available, so I am not prepared accordingly. Rather, what you must do is ask from the HR or from the recruiter, whoever reached out to you for scheduling the interview. Before you appear for the interview, make sure you request for a job description, and they would be happy to share it with you. It's not something that is to be kept secretive or they would judge you if you ask for that. No, that's not the case. In fact, they will be happy to see that you are concerned about your interview performance and you want to perform as per the job description, so it makes more sense for them. And then comes the point number 3, which is very important. Usually interviewers start the interview by introducing themselves, or they will ask your introduction. So whenever in these gaps, whenever you find some space, please ask about the job description or the expectations from the interviewer himself. Just say that it would be great if you can start by describing the role to me, because that will help me align my answers as per that, because I'm pretty enthusiastic about most of the technologies and I have read thoroughly and prepared myself thoroughly on various technologies and skills, and if I get to know what your exact expectations are, I'll align my answers to the points, to the skills that you are looking for. This works wonders, because sometimes what happens is in the job description, if there are 2 skills mentioned, say for example skill A and skill B, in job descriptions usually the ratio in which these skills are required are not mentioned, which means, say for example, you are champ at skill A and you are not very sure of skill B, but you have some idea here and there. Now it can so happen that in reality the interviewer is looking for mainly skill B, and skill A for him is like a good to have skill. Maybe 10 or 20% of the job would require skill A, but he is looking primarily for skill B. And you, just because you read in the JD skill A and B, you made an assumption that skill A is required and I'm champ at that. So it's human nature that you will end up talking mainly about skill A during your whole interview. And what impression interviewer will have from this is that you only know skill A and you are not very confident at skill B. So he will not tell you all of this, that I was looking for skill B rather than A, but you spoke about only skill A, that's why I'm rejecting you. He will not say that, all of that verbally, the reason, but you will get rejected because of that. But if you ask the interviewer about the expectations from this role, from this job profile, and when he details you, you will get to know that what are his real expectations, and you will be amazed to realize, oh my god, so skill A is not his primarily need. He's looking for people who are good at skill B. So though you are not a champ at skill B, still this awareness will make you speak more about skill B. Whatever less or more you know about it, you'll try to project it to the interviewer, and this will play a very positive role in your selection process. So make sure whenever you find that little space in the conversation in the start of the interview, ask the expectations of the interviewer from the role. And even if you get rejected after this, you will know that why you got rejected, because half the time people live in this dilemma that I performed really well, they wanted these things, I spoke about these things, and still I got rejected, I don't know the reason. So these things, asking such questions will make you more aware about your performance and the expectations of the company as well. Now let's see what you should answer when the interviewer directly asks you that why we should hire you and what makes you more special in comparison to other candidates who are awaiting for the interview for this job profile. So the first thing that you have to do, without getting distracted, wear a very subtle smile on your face and say that, well, I can't comment much about the potential of other candidates in regards of this job, but what I can surely say with certainty that I have all the required skills that are required to perform well in this job profile, and I'm sure that with the right guidance I'm going to outperform even the expectations that you have from this job profile. Rest is by all means your choice, and I would respect that. And that's pretty much it. Here you not only showcase your worth, your potential for the job profile, you also showcased art of assertiveness, which makes you sound more mature and professional than rest of the people. For sure, we do not know yet how other people perform, but this is an ultimate answer to this question, because for sure everybody knows you cannot compare yourself to others because you are not at all aware others stand, at what level others stands. So how can you compare? So the conclusion is, whenever this question crosses your mind that how to beat competition in the job interview, please do not waste even a single minute thinking about how others will perform, what's their level in the interview of performance. Please do not waste a single minute. Rather, focus on your own performance. Prepare well, prepare as per the job description, and just leave the rest. And let me know, how did it work for you? I would love to hear your success stories. With that, guys, we came to the end of this video and I'm signing off. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.